While it is everyone's goal to keep their dog safe, this dog leaves her home unnoticed each night. Join us to see what her owner found out one night when she followed her. It's rather disturbing. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. The dog in today's story had to take care of herself for a very long period before she found a new home. But most of our household pups wouldn't know how to take care of themselves if they had to go outside for even a day. In the process, she imparted some rather unexpected insights to others. While there is a significant issue with stray animals in some areas of Brazil, locals frequently make every effort to assist as many of these unfortunate animals as they can. A little puppy was left all alone and put in front of a junkyard. She may have been the puppy of someone's dog, and since they were unable to care for her, they abandoned her wherever they knew would be a large number of other stray animals. The little puppy was given the name Lilica by the junkyard proprietors. There were already a lot of other dogs, cats, and even chickens living in the junkyard where they dumped her. For the benefit of the animals, the junkyard owners tried their hardest. Even though they were unable to provide food for every animal residing there, they could ensure that the animals had a secure place to go at night. They arranged areas so the animals could keep as dry as possible during rainy weather and stay warm during colder months. They also provided them with fresh water to drink. For these creatures, it was the best they could have done. However, most of the animals had to fend for themselves when it came to food, with the exception of the occasional little bits of scraps that they supplied to them. Although it was a depressing state, many animals all around the nation were in similar circumstances. Lilica was a genuinely lovely dog, the exact opposite of what you would anticipate a street-smart stray dog to be given her circumstances. She was the one to lick other animals and offer them something to snuggle with, rather than attempting to fight with them. She adored people and never got into arguments with the other animals. She welcomed everyone with a wag of her tail and enjoyed being petted and the attention that came with it. It drew people to the adorable puppy, but despite her sweetness, her life wasn't simple by any means. Surviving was already a struggle every day, and things were about to get much more difficult. It appeared to the junkyard workers that Lilica was gaining weight. She was only gaining weight in her tummy, but even with her small frame, it was obvious when anything weird was going on with her. It was clear that she was expecting pups. When she was unable to take enough care of herself, how could she possibly care for these puppies? The proprietors of the junkyard attempted to surreptitiously feed her a bit more than normal, but she frequently picked it up and went to eat where they couldn't see her, so they were unsure if she was eating enough. She was exhausted from feeding her puppies milk after having them. The dog realized that in order to survive, she would need to eat more, and that her puppies would also require food once they began to eat. As soon as she could leave the puppies for longer periods, Lilica started going out of the safety of the junkyard to search for more food. She had to cross busy roads during the dark nights, and there were often many dangers she had to face in order to find food for her pups. Somehow, the dog made it safely back to the junkyard each night to feed them. They were healthy and super cute. When they were a little bit older, the owners of the junkyard asked a shelter to help find homes for the puppies. Since their mom liked humans, they never learned to be scared of people, making them very social. They were easy to adopt, and soon they all had new homes. It was also the greatest method to look for Lilica, who suddenly had less things to worry about. Strangely enough, though, she continued to go out and collect food. She traveled far away to some of the suburbs on the opposite side of the town. After being chased out of a few of backyards where she went, she proceeded to Lucia Helena de Souza's house. Lucia Helena was an animal-loving, kind woman. When she could, she helped at shelters, and if she encountered a stray on the road, she would always have a treat for them. It was the ideal location for Lilica to seek help. When Lucia Helena walked outside after hearing something outdoors, she saw the dog digging through her trash to find food. Lilica attempted to grab anything edible after shattering the garbage bag. Lucia Helena noticed the skinny, unclean dog, whose tail began to wag when she noticed the woman leaving the house, and she felt compelled to take more action to support this kind girl. She was afraid that if she moved too quickly, the dog might terrify her, even though she genuinely wanted to adopt it right then. She then proceeded to get some food and place it in a bag. She fed Lilica outside after that. After nibbling on some food, the dog simply stared at the bag without taking any more bites. When Lucia Helena called the dog inside, she refused to come. She thus made the decision to place a blanket, drink, and part of the food in the bag on her doorstep. When she returned in the morning, the dog would have somewhere to lay and extra food. When Lucia Helena awoke in the morning, she was unhappy to learn that the food she had left for the dog had disappeared as well. However, the dog was back on the porch, sitting obligingly close to the front door, when she peered outside later that evening. Once more, Lilica just took a small portion of the meal Lucia Helena was giving her before sitting and waited for her to give it to her in a bag, and then she would disappear into the darkness. Lilica eventually stayed longer and returned sooner. Even yet, she continued to leave every night and spend her days hanging out with Lucia Helena. She entered the house and began snuggling, savoring the attention she was receiving from her new companion, Dot. With one peculiar exception, she would not eat from a bowl. Lilac was starting to resemble a lapdog as she cuddled in front of the TV. She would quickly go after requesting her food in a bag and the leftovers. She returned by nightfall every time. Lucia Helena wanted to know where Lilica was going after the dog had been living with her for a few weeks and was still sneaking away at night. She made the decision to go with her. She followed the dog as soon as it went and was amazed at how far it went while holding the small food bag in her mouth. Lilica strolled along a dim country road after walking straight through the town and out the opposite side. The dog made this round journey every day, for a total of 8 miles, 12.8 kilometers of walking when they arrived at their destination, which was about 4 miles, 6.4 kilometers away. Why would the dog find this task so crucial? Lucia Helena continued to follow, and to her surprise, she saw Lilica drop her luggage in the center of the junkyard that for so long had served as her home. Other animals came out from all over and started eating the food that Lilica had brought them. Speaking with the proprietors of the junkyard, Lucia Helena learned that this was the dog's regular behavior. They also related to her the tale of Lilica and how she was always kind to the other animals. Lucia Helena was certain that getting the puppy was the correct decision now more than ever, and she would always make sure Lilica had leftovers to share with her pals. Even though Lilica moved into her new house a few years ago, she has never forgotten her animal family. The one distinction is that every night her new owner walks with her to ensure her safety. Despite having little for a very long time, this dog still found love to make sure she shared what she had. What a profound lesson that is for every one of us. I appreciate you seeing. Come back soon for many more amazing tales. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.